What's up, you guys? It's Tyler here, and I want to talk to you today about smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, don't do it. Graham, you ruined me. Now this is what I look like. All jokes aside though, this isn't what happens when you smash the like button. This is what happens when you buy something at Starbucks. Graham Stephen just shows up out of nowhere and just starts bashing you into frugality with a cup of iced coffee because Starbucks is way overpriced. Obviously, I'm kidding. Graham, I love your videos. It's no secret that a second stimulus check is likely to be soon upon us, and while the details on when that might happen are still a bit unclear, it's always best to know what you need to do or what you want to do with that money when the time comes. Even though it is tax-free money and the temptation to get something nice with it is strong, it's best to consider a few things before that. First off, pay any debt you have. Owing money is never a good thing, and you can't predict the future. Therefore, you can't predict when you're going to need a large sum of money in case of an emergency. I mean, even if it's not an emergency, there's a whole list of things that can go wrong if you don't pay off your debt. For example, you'll need to pay interest on what you've missed. In other words, you're going to have more debt. You'll need to cut expenses that you already have in order to make ends meet. And you can lose everything you have or even go to jail for not paying off your debt. When it comes to money, debt is the worst thing to have. Pay off your debt. Second, make sure you have enough money to pay all your essential needs. Even though this one could very well be first, in extreme cases you can live off a very little amount of money. And in those cases, it's best not to have cell phone data or internet instead of not having somewhere to sleep or something to eat. It's obvious that this pandemic has affected thousands of people throughout the world, and it's important to remember to be frugal in these times and to spend as little as you can. Third, even though this is a form of debt, remember to pay off family and friends. Third, even though this is a form of debt, remember to pay back your friends and family. If you did borrow money from them and they did not tell you, oh hey, you don't need to pay me back, they're expecting that money back and they know that you're gonna get that stimulus check. So just pay them back. They took care of you in your time of need, now take care of them. Fourth, you want to fix any issues that you have around the house or with your car. Maybe your fridge just doesn't cool as much anymore or only closes with duct tape, or you want to get rid of that annoying sound in your car whenever you step on the brakes. This is a great chance to address any issues with something that you depend on or you use on a regular basis. With things that are expensive like a fridge or a car, you want to fix minor issues as soon as you can before they become larger issues. Now for number 5, put it towards your retirement account. And if you don't have one, I don't know what you're waiting for, but now's the perfect time to make one. Especially if you're young, never underestimate the power of compound interest. Now in terms of accounts, there's a number of different ones that you could create, like a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA, which is my personal favorite, just because that money will grow tax-free and you could take that money out and put it into your own bank account tax-free. But don't just take my word for it. Look into what other options you have and see what matches your criteria. Now, I cannot think of any scenario where a retirement fund would be a bad idea, because you never know if you're going to be able to work in your 60s. And in the unfortunate event that you're not around in your 60s, that money can go to your family. And lastly, invest it with your regular taxable brokerage account. This really shouldn't be the first thing you do with the stimulus check. Make sure that you don't have any debt, that you have taken care of your retirement account, that you don't need to fix anything around the house. Once you've done all that and you don't need to take care of any of that, then sure, go ahead, invest it. Get some ETFs or some blue chip stocks and dollar cost average into them so you can spread out your investments. And then the same thing applies for the retirement account. Just let the power of compound interest take over and watch your money grow throughout time. And that does it for this list. Again, this is what I would do. Maybe you have a more delicate situation and you have different priorities, but in most cases, these should do. Thank you for watching and happy investing.